And we're joined on the phone today by the one and only Treach of Naughty by Nature. And he's in a new movie now. It's called Equal Standard. It's available for streaming at equalstandardmovie.com. Treach, how you doing today?
What's up, Just? How you?
I'm good. It's good to be speaking with you. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me, no doubt.
Well, let's talk about your new movie here, Equal Standard. What are the listeners in for with this one?
Yeah. Oh, man. They're in for the fly on the wall feature. The fly on the wall feature is like you really are going to think you were right there the whole time. It was a phenomenal job by the team. Tahim Bryant, who put it all together, concepts and directed, and Ice-T's an executive producer. I'm produced in there. Tobias, Robert. We got Maurice Bernard, Selena Johnson, Fragile Star. So it's star-studded as well. Jermaine Hopkins. But this is really a story that, like I say, it's not just a cop-on community type of film, a gangbang film, a film about race and religion and all that. It's really like a story on a guideline on what's going on and an inside story. You usually see cops against the community. Now it's cops against cops. It's a certain part in there. There's racism within the police force. It's homies that have grown up with cops and still are friends with them because they still live in the community. Just a whole different edge on real life, what goes on. It's not your average movie to go see and just to be entertained. It's really a type of guideline type of film on what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Look at what happened here. Why did this happen? Could it have been prevented? 90% of the time, yes. We get caught up in our feelings and our emotions when we have interactions with police or a politician or anything, and we have to understand that we're in a non-win situation if we take it to a level that's negative over positive, meaning if we're shouting, yelling, burning down, breaking glasses, and starting instead of coming and having the right way to go and have a sensible conversation with the other parties. And this movie will show you that not every cop is a racist cop. Not every person in the ghetto is a cop hater. You know, it's the situations that go on, and you can't just take the bad apple and say the whole barrel here is rotten. Because of one, we have to start learning compassion for one another no matter what, because we're going to have to deal with each other. And my biggest fear is my children and the children that are their ages, our next generation that's coming up, that really don't have any respect for authority and really are going out there like, even if I'm correct, I can say and do whatever I want to anybody of authority, when that is furthest from the truth, and it's the worst case scenario going out here dealing with it. Everybody wants their children at the end of the day to come home safe, and a lot of times they could prevent it by the actions that they do when they are out there in those situations.
Yeah, it seems like the pandemic is the big thing on everyone's mind now and in the news, but obviously a film like Equal Standard, needs to remind people we had a lot of other problems in the world before all this other virus stuff was happening.
Exactly. And you see still today in our communities over here, you have the minorities that are being beaten for not social distancing, locked up at an alarming rate, higher than if you go down to the parks where the predominantly white people are. They're giving them masks, telling them to move aside, polite, gentle. So even though this movie is not filmed in the pandemic era, it still is showing that these situations will go on no matter what the situation is on the planet. It's not going to go away, but we have to address the issue correctly, responsibly, and positively.
Definitely. And the movie is available for streaming at equalstandardmovie.com. And it seems like with theaters closed, this is the perfect way to get the movie out to the people.
Definitely. We want, like I said, it's more than just an entertainment factor now, which we all need, being quarantined and in the house and everything else. But this is something that you can definitely watch with the family and start the conversation from your grandparents to your kids and everything. Everyone could watch this, because from our elders that came up they have seen all of this type of situation go down for decades and decades, and it's still here. So now is the time for all generations to get together, have the conversation, so that we could go better in a better forward step in the future.
Excellent. Well, Treach, can you talk to me a bit about your acting career? I know you started back in the early 90s. Was this something you always wanted to do, or did you kind of stumble on it, or how did that work?
No, the acting bug came to me. Actually, I got a shout out and hats off to Queen Latifah and Shakim from Flavor Unit. They managed us from the doors, Naughty by Nature, when we first came out. And Latifah came to me, like, in the first year after OPV. She's like, listen, you're not just going to be a rapper. I'm like, huh? She's like, I got these movies and stuff and some roles. You got to do more in case the rap thing ain't there. She always like a plan B. You know, like an athlete. If you go and get injured, what you going to do after that? So she put me into the game to start reading and getting into acting. And who actually got me in my first movie was my little bro, Tupac. That was Juice. So I was in there as an extra, and as soon as I just got on the set of the movie, that was the first movie I was like, this is me. This is me. I definitely see a lane in here. Awesome.
Is there something on the music side for you coming up, or are you working on anything as far as that goes?
Yeah, well, we found out as well during quarantine that the magic of just having catalogs of music, because during the time, New Kids on the Block, Donnie had called us, and with him, Big Frida, Jordan Sparks, Boys the Men, Naughty by Nature, we did the Stay Home record. So we actually filmed our parts of the videos, everybody with their iPhones, and took stuff that was already in the studio versus and made the record basically from home, the home and video. So we have new music and everything and new projects on that. But the fun and the challenge has just been doing it all from home for the first time ever.
Awesome, man. It's been great speaking with you. I'm excited for the movie, and hopefully I can speak with you again sometime.
All right. Bless up and stay safe.
All right, you too, man. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Cool.
And again, that was Treach from Naughty by Nature, and his new film, Equal Standard, is available now for streaming at equalstandardmovie.com.